Celestial rising and divine afternoon and grand night to the beautiful deity watching this video, to divine reflection, divine messenger. We are back with another message I understand. Before we even get into this, if you choose to, if you enjoy these videos, if you like these informative teachings, make sure you like, subscribe for more divine messages, because with this message today, we have something very important, and all this pertains to what this second moon is per se. And the thing is too, it's not really a moon, but it's just an asteroid that has been pulled into our atmosphere. And then our atmosphere is basically just extracting itself from the dualistic perspective that it wants to think in, because we live in a simulation. So because our simulation has this different mood swing, so basically, yeah, because actually we better just get straight into it. So, and the screen recording is starting. So by this happening, we gotta understand too that this second mood swinging is the fact that when people are believing that a moon exists, you're believing that your mood is not altered by something higher than yourself, because people just feel as if they're feeling these certain feelings that come within. But the thing is though, when you go without your feelings, you really understand how you are feeling without feeling your feelings. Because how are you feeling your feelings without having a feeling to feel? By you not understanding that, you gotta understand where you come from and why you are down here. Because the thing is too, this stuff goes way deeper than just what meets the eye, because of course you respond down here from your soul contract. And because of that, we're just gonna get right into this, because your soul contract has to do with why we are here in this position. So before 2025, which is the year of completion, we are in the year of Kobe, or so 24 and the 8. So you understand too that also equals to human sacrifice, but meaning that many people will be sacrificed too, along with Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helene, and many other hurricanes that are coming in. This, I'll say, our whole perspective for today. But let's get into these teachings. So divine intervention for spiritual awakening beings to activate their higher self. So the alignment of these two projections called moons aligned with the seasons is portrayed as a deliberate act of manipulation by higher powers. This means that the cosmos are not a random, chaotic place, but one where divine beings exert control and influence from a meditation state. This mindset implies a purposeful design through an illusion of coding, where celestial events are purposely orchestrated to maintain balance and order in our universe. Literally. And the thing is too, let's keep on going. Cosmic war that has been going on for thousands of years before years became a concept. The Great War that took place billions of years ago involved powerful entities from heaven, hell, and other realms. This war, known as a simulated collapse, was and is a cataclysmic event that disrupted the cosmic orders. The involvement that came from these powerful beings indicates the scale and intensity of the conflict, that we are a part of, as as well, because we are not spectators to an ongoing war. It had far-reaching consequences for the entire quantum simulations that we exist in today. So when we understand that, we gotta understand too heaven and hell and other realms. So before we even came into this realm of consciousness, we gotta understand as well that by us activating our higher self, we descend into our lower self, because for one, all this stuff just comes out of boredom. So all this information, all these different simulations, all these different tactics, or these programs or agendas that they are placing into our life, they are just only put into our place because of boredom. If we weren't bored, if everybody had something to do, if everybody was loving what they did, we wouldn't be bored in this simulation. Not only that, as energy, as consciousness, as an omnipresent species that had no form before we became form. So before we became a form, we were formless. Because we were formless, we were just thoughts in the ether, or a quantum realm of Almighty God's mindset, because Almighty God does have his brain. But the thing is though, our brain compared to the Almighty God's brain is not the same exact thing, because subconsciously we do have the same brain as the Almighty Creator, but that's just limited. Now when you go to the unlimited perspective of Almighty God's brain or mindset, you gotta understand too what a quantum computer is, or a simulation, because for one, this quantum computer that we exist in is nothing but the thought that Lucifer wanted to become enlightened in, which is exactly why they came up with that story. So the Jesuits, all the Belay Foundation, all these different higher orders that people call the Illuminati, which does not exist. But these higher orders, they came up with a story so that they could maneuver and manipulate your mind from finding that savior within yourself. Because if you read a story about a savior or Messiah, you'll believe that this same Messiah will come back and save you from your sins. But the thing is though, why would the Messiah save you from yourself when you are living in your nature, and you were born in your nature, and you will die in your nature? So how can your higher self save you from your lower self when your higher self and your lower self work together in harmony and in unison? Meaning that the Almighty is observing you in your lower nature, which is exactly why you have to save yourself from yourself, because nobody's coming to save your ass. But these higher orders won't tell you that, because they expect you to believe in a savior coming to save you from a different realm. And people believe that this entity will come from the sky on a pale white horse. So if you read Revelations, they'll tell you that a pale white horse and Jesus will ride on, so the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and they'll tell you that Jesus will come down on this horse and save, the people who were worshiping the beast in this image, or whatever the case may be, not knowing that how can you worship a beastly image as a reflection of you? So if you are idolizing an image, you're idolizing your lower self. So you are praising Satan or Lucifer, which is exactly why when the Almighty was coming down, slaying people who were worshiping this image, Almighty God was literally killing just lower consciousness of itself, because we are all the spawns of our higher selves anyways. Restoration by gods and goddesses embodying their duality mentality. After the war, the surviving gods took on a monumental purpose for restoring order and peace while accepting chaos coming into order. Their collaboration is a testimony for the necessity of unity and cooperation among many divine beings to repair the damage caused by war, which we forgot to clean up. The stabilization of orbits from the moons became a critical task for these fallen Nephilim as their potential fell to planet Gaia, and this is what caused further devastation that we are witnessing today. This act of restoration underscores the God's commitment to preserving life and maintaining harmony amongst many realms currently being today. And that's what this is all about. Actually, let me just keep on going. Shattered moons for many failed experiments that went wrong to the one we see today was projected to be right. Before this collapse, there was a single white moon that was destroyed during our fierce battle. This battle involved celestial beings like the seraphim, cherubim, demons, angels, Elohim, Anunnaki, reptilians, insectoids, hybrids, Zeta, Lyrans, and Sirens, and they were fighting against demonic entities such as the Archdemons, Archons, and Draconians. On top of that, too, all these deities are literally just fighting themselves. So if you are fighting an Archon, or if you're fighting a Draco Reptilian, you're literally just fighting yourself in an antichrist frequency of your higher self, because as above, so below. But in all honesty, this is a manipulative war that had us fighting against ourselves to feel something new. The destruction of the moon was a symbol for Luciferians into obtaining immense power and influence, as well as destructive capabilities of these beings that are considered to be human. It's also indicated a turning point to the divine war. This was leading the need for the Elohim to intervene and restore order into our subconscious mind, which is exactly why many people who are in, so like this right here with the restoration of gods and goddesses, when you are, so I like how I did that too. When you had the Elohim, so Elohim meaning that, for one, a multitude of fallen entities came together, and when they came together, men and women came together as one, came to their senses, they became Elohim. By them doing that, they were able to embody their duality mentality, and by them doing that, they were able to help the other beings that weren't conscious of their higher selves, which is exactly why many awakened chosen ones on this dimension right now who are posting on all social media platforms are here to spread the same exact enlightenment, because for one, we all have information that we practice or we research or we just want to say just to the masses, but either way it goes, we all have one purpose, and that is to help our higher selves help you into your higher self. By that happening, we had to come right back down. So many are called if you are chosen, meaning that for one, we are all chosen. But the thing is though, actually fuck that. We are all called and we are actually all chosen. But the thing is though, the ones that are called and chosen, you are meant to go through way worse things than the average human being, because the average human cannot understand what Elohim is, because they still call Elohim God, not knowing that God is a mockery, that these fallen entities or these terrestrial deities are coming together to mock your enlightenment, because you are God, forgetting what God is. Because when you go inside, you understand that God never had a name, but you gave it a name to understand a quantum observer that you literally can't even observe, so you actually observe it by meditating. New moons that we consider to be new but are just satellites monitoring us in a lab experiment. The current moons were originally planets that were relocated and pulled into orbit near the simulated reality. This relocation was part of the satanic efforts to stabilize their cosmic energies after the collapse. These moons that we see are the last remnants of many enlightenment of bodies that once orbited the sun. Their presence is enslaved to serve a reminder of the everlasting battle in the program that we are accustomed to seeing today. Literally. And I'm about to burp soon, so excuse me. Crazy. But excuse me. But yeah, so by this moon, let me go back to that. Let me make sure we're still recording. Okay, cool. So every time, even from this year to the day you and I die, when you keep on seeing the news, so the new world order, whatever the case may be, these new curriculums that they want to put into our atmosphere to keep us lower in our frequency. Every time they talk about a new moon happening, there is no such thing as a new moon, but it's showing you a new satellite, new technology, meaning that for one, these entities that you cannot see in the astrals or the ether, but if you astral project, you are literally able to fly without a plane because you don't got to pay for it because it's free. By you being free energy, being free in your own dumbfounded ways, you're able to see them manipulate time and space before you're even able to awaken in your physical body. But you can actually see what they're doing outside your physical body because you're all spiritual beings that have forgotten how spiritual you actually are because you're everlasting life. You can do whatever you want outside of time and life, because what is life inside of a enclosed system of prison time, or time that is imprisoned to itself? Once you understand that the moon is a satellite, it's literally there to alter your moon to become a lunatic. That's exactly why people are acting crazy. They're acting out of their lunar frequency, because in the frequency down below the moon, as the moon is monitoring you, they're showing you that it's able to, because for one, we're all composed of water, so 70% of water, whatever the case may be. And if you don't think that the moon can alter the water within your mood swings, then you're not understanding how deep the satellite actually gets, because the moon is actually projecting what frequency you're living in, because you're not actually here, but by us living in this hologram of codes. So we're all literally built in codes. So you perceive yourself to be a human being, but by the moon is lying to you, telling you that you're actually physical or a physical being. But realistically, when you transcend, like just like in the Matrix, all them numbers coming down, I just sneeze too. Let your shoulder lean. Excuse me. That's a confirmation too, but so in the Matrix, when the numerical codes are coming down in the frequencies like this, boom, boom, that's showing you that it's all of us and our life path numbers, and we're all just sitting here oblivious to what we're actually living in, because we're all just a bunch of numerical values or geometrical or Jewish numerology contradictions that perceiving ourselves to be in a human consciousness or a human spectrum. But realistically, you're living in the perspective of Almighty God's eyesight, because you're literally in the mindset or the eyesight of Lucifer's enlightenment through Almighty God's meditative state of mind. We have a lot to cover today, so let's get to it. I put this video right here because I want people to understand how deep this HARP device is actually getting to our people. So for example, I'm gonna play this video. So, and that's the craziest part to me. So I had to put that there because it just showed like there are actually people still grocery shopping in water. Like, if the water's above your ankles, close to your kneecaps, that's the problem. Not only that, people are still searching for food. And the thing is too, no, I ain't gonna bring that up. But actually, no, forget that. I'm contradicting myself. I'm gonna cover a movie. It's called The Platform, but The Platform was a great indication. It's on Netflix too. There's 2 movies, by the way. But The Platform, long story short, it just talked about how people will act when they go months without food. You become a cannibal. You become your animalistic nature in survival mode, and people will start eating people if you see that movie. But the thing is though, these times are basically showing you what duality actually is. So people who sat there and just were enjoying life, just going on autopilot, it's time for you to become conscious now, because subconsciously you were living in bliss for way too long. That's exactly why people who are dumb, they enjoy life and they have more fun in life, because they don't have many things to worry about, because all they have to care for is just how dumb they think they are not. So because they're not dumb in their perception, they are having fun in life because they don't got to worry about shit. They don't care about this information, because what value does it bring for them? Because they don't believe in it in the first place. Because if you try to tell them or teach them what this stuff is, it'll be too far-fetched, because they're not awake to this information, because you actually have to do some shadow work to even understand this perception beyond our introspection. And once you do introspection with duality, you'll be able to heal your demons and be compassionate towards them, and then they'll be compassionate towards you. And once you do that, you'll be able to ascend on Jacob's ladder, and you'll be climbing to the ladder of heaven in your mind. 2 projections as duality. The appearance of a second moon on September 29th is an interpretation symbolically that represents duality within human consciousness, and our consciousness is sacrifice to the beast. This ideology aligns with us understanding on how the material world is a reflection of the spiritual, and the second projection of the moon controlling our mood is a confirmation for the hidden and shadow aspects of our false reality that has now been revealed constantly to the point where your subconscious mind may not keep up. Many will have a spiritual awakening occurring during this duality, light and dark, and it's integrated since the beginning of time. Square in the circle. When higher orders aren't able to control chaos, so they let it rain down on themselves and others and run from accountability. This is a concept in which most spiritual beings will achieve the impossible and learn themselves through the union of spirit, circle, and matter, square. Understand that. So when they say square in the circle, understand, when you basically imprison the spirit, is in the name, squaring the circle. Like I mentioned earlier with the platform, that movie, the prison movie. The thing is, so matter is a square and spirit is a circle. If you put a spiritual being, like you put a spirit, so you got this right here, square in the circle. You put a spiritual being in the middle of matter. When you do that, the spiritual being does not understand that it was born into its own prison. So sacred geometry as well. They are mocking us through their own shapes because they came up with the concept anyways. So if you can create concepts, we're going to have to call you God, because it's like we didn't come up with it, but you planted it into our mindset to where a human being was able to comprehend that and articulate it. And so we looked at him like he was a chosen one or she was a chosen one when we're all chosen. But the thing is, though, many people are anointed by doing their own research and going within. Once you understand that, we are all spiritual beings in this circle that is compromised by squares, literally by nerds. Because of that, we are all infinite beings in the circle of life. So in the circle of life, when you leave the simulation, you are still going into a higher prison. So you can't escape a higher prism of hues. So many different hues, black, white, are abstract colors, meaning that you will be enslaved by abstract colors. When you were born in the dark, you were literally living in the abstract color of your mindset, in the ether, because you were literally unconscious to your enlightenment. But once the light bulb cut on, because you were bored of living in the dark, then you said to yourself, you know what, I'm tired of living just in a circle in a repeated cycle like a hamster wheel. So I'm going to try to escape and pay my own prison through my own enlightenment. Once you understood that, you turned the light on, you started having a light bearer or a morning star, the son of God, S-U-N-S-O-N, and daughter of God as well. You started to get mom and dads and brothers and sisters to come along with you to follow your anointing, because you became anointed into what you were sleeping in. The whole entire time we want to blame God for something that we did to ourselves, because for one, before you came here, you signed yourself up to become asleep in your own enlightenment, because you knew that when you were asleep, you could have awakened yourself up to get right back into that higher enlightenment that you forgot you were living in or you were sleeping in. The term order out of chaos is a reference to how hidden forces want to impose order on the physical world by manipulating chaos through the chaos or the actions of human beings, demons. This teaches us how spiritual evolution will occur through a lifetime crisis and chaotic events: climate change, porous strikes, solar flare, hurricane, floods, earthquakes, war, and global shifts. This order out of chaos is a mockery in which the second moon becomes a symbol that will plan events in which bring a shift in consciousness, and our mindset mirrors a larger agenda controlled by pests that possess ancient knowledge in which we can tap into once we get our chaos in control. That's all this stuff is. Excuse me, like I mentioned earlier, you can tap into the same, you can tap into the same consciousness that these fallen angels have possessed as well. But you have to be able, you have to get your lower nature in order. You have to be able to stay disciplined. Once you retain, you'll be able to get any information that you want. Once you start fasting, drinking water, taking care of yourself, taking care of your skin, you start eating processed foods, you start journaling, you start exercising, doing better for yourself, you start giving back to people, you'll be able to obtain your demons, you'll be able to chain them up, and then you'll be able to dominate your subconscious mind. All right, so I got this screenshot right here too because I wanted to get them credit. Do I got hiccups? Excuse me. All right, let's get to it. All right. Symbols are the result of either observation or imagination. Within most symbols, there are two meanings: an outer meaning, rational or scientific, and an inner meaning, mystical or spiritual. To the rational ones, the mathematicians, squaring a circle is simply a mathematical problem. It is the challenging of constructing a square with the same area as a given circle by using only a finite number of steps with a compass and straight edge. To the mystical ones, squaring a circle represents striving to bring the Holy Spirit into matter, your body. The larger circle represents God, the macrocosm, the universe being complete and without beginning or end. Within the large circle is a triangle. The triangle represents the number 3, which represents a union of the numbers prior to it, 1 and 2, and the Trinity. The Trinity can represent many concepts such as the animal, vegetable, mineral kingdoms, the past, present, future, mind, body, spirit, Father, Mother, Child, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. To the Greeks, the triangle was seen as a delta glyph and was symbolic of a doorway. The smaller circle represents the microcosm or humanity and is governed by the same laws as a macrocosm, the larger circle. The square represents stability, our physical world, and if all human behavior is conducted within the laws of nature, it's much easier to lead to a life of optimal health and so on and so forth. But if you want to read that further on, that's the website right here that I got for y'all. But let's keep on going because I didn't want to cover that too much because we already talked about that too. But basically though, like I already stated too, squaring the circle represents striving to bring the Holy Spirit into matter, literally. So basically, you think about a dark hole. A dark hole is just basically a mockery, letting them know like they're able to send your consciousness down to a lower level, a lower simulation. And once they say depart from me, they're forming your body into matter because of course your body matters as you're evolving with your atoms coming together. Once you come to your senses, you are now fulfilled in a human consciousness that you were able to implement before you signed yourself up to get sent down here from a higher level of the ethers. All right, numerology symbolism for the year of awakening to the year of completion 2024, which is 2 + 2 = 4, 4 + 4 = 8. So we're in the year of awakening right now. 2 + 2 is 4, + 5, that equals 9, year of completion, so on and so forth. These numbers can awaken energies or vibrations that have an influence on the physical and spiritual realms that only exist within our mind. The numerology grid tells anyone that can see beyond the material realm that if you can recognize patterns, then you'll tap into divine order, in which is hidden in chaos depending on the day, date, time, month, year, hour, and second. So horizontal plane. We got the mental plane, which is 492, emotional plane 357, 816 is the practical plane right here, vertical plane 438, the thought plane 951, the will plane 276, action plane. Okay, so the mental plane, I understand too. So this is basically like the black cube as well. If you understand the black cube or Saturn, even the cross as well, if you fold the cross up, you get the black cube either way it goes. On top of that, the black cube, if you unfold it, you get a cross. You can make whatever format you want because it's all depending on your perspective. Now, the mental plane, we all, by us thinking, so simulation, we gotta understand too, we live in a hollow simulation, so a flat plane of existence. If you understand that, this mental plane right here is what we think we're living on, what we're mentally perceiving our life to be perceived in. But you can't perceive life in a dream that you call reality, because what is reality to a fallacy? On top of that, the emotional plane, you pretend to have emotions because you want to feel something so that you don't feel robotic or programmed by your unconsciousness. So because of that, that's why many people, even kids, are actors at a young age, because of course they want to feel something. But the thing is too, they are triggering themselves to feel, or actually to want to have a feeling in their emotional state. And then these emotions determine how we're going to be or how we're going to program ourselves once we get older. On top of that too, if you can get away with anger, sadness, depression to get what you want, you'll keep on doing that program because of course you get something out of it. That's exactly why people who act depressed, they want a victim story. Or people who get sad, they want a victim story because people feel bad for them, especially if you look good. If you look good and you're sad and you keep complaining about it and you keep on boasting about it, people will start giving you stuff. And once you think like that, in the mental plane, you can manifest that in the practical plane, because practically speaking, you are mentally thinking about your emotions in a plane of existence that never existed in the first place. Literally. So in the practical plane, you are practicing your mindset and through your emotions. So once you're doing that, practically speaking, you are literally never going through happiness or sadness because of course it was all in your mind. Your mind perceives yourself to have a practice of your emotions in this plane of existence. So wherever you're walking, let's say a scooter hits your ankle, you're going to say, you're probably going to cuss, you're probably going to say, ow, that hurt, whatever. But realistically, it never hurts you. But the mental plane up here is sending triggers, or it's sending different signals to your lower self to let you know at the ankle spot, practically speaking, ah, man, that hurt. So through your emotions, if you're young, depending on how old you are, you may cry, you may lay there, you may be, you may do all of that because of course your mind is trying to comprehend the pain that it thinks it feels, which is exactly why on the vertical plane right here, the thought plane, meaning that you thought that you got hurt. So what will you do through your actions? You thought you got hurt by the scooter that hit your ankle. So when you did that, what will you do through actions? You're going to sit there and or you're going to get up and say, man, that hurt, and you're going to be careful. So how will you be careful? You're practically going to think to yourself, okay, the best way to avoid that so I don't have to go through this emotion again is by me thinking of a way to not go through that action again, because my ways of thinking weren't reasonable back then, but now that I learned from my mistakes, I'm not going to think like that again, because I'm going to change my actions by not moving this scooter around in the air to hit my ankle. Literally, so that's all this plan is talking about right here. It's just that simple. And of course, they won't teach you that in school because they don't want you to become enlightened within this whole fabric of time and space and continuums and all that. And of course, I got the stuff right here too if you want to check that out, but that's the website that you can go to get deeper understanding. But I just want to make sure this teaching was very informative for the people out there who really want to understand this. On top of that, we're still not done because we got to talk about Kobe, Dikembe Mutombo. We got way more stuff going on. So anyways, let's keep going. All right, Luciferian agendas that people unconsciously worship. Given the ties into the second moon with the order out of chaos, it is linked to the frequency of Luciferians. Lucifer, known as the light bearer, is nothing but a title and a dream meant to be the pursuit of forbidden knowledge. This title represents enlightenment through rebellion of what you've been told and what you thought you knew, while going through an awakening into your own divine knowledge. The second moon facade is an important marker for humanity to carefully choose between spiritual enlightenment or unconsciously staying in ignorance under simulated control. And when we understand that as well, that's basically what people will call like the all-seeing eye, whatever the case may be. The all-seeing eyes is basically a mockery letting you know that once you awaken the higher eye of Almighty God's perspective, you'll be able to see life at a higher viewpoint. So if you watch Naruto Shippuden, so they're doing the second Chunin exams and they're in the desert right now, so they're in the sand village, and Garo's able to monitor them with an eye that people can't really see. So he's able to see all of them from a higher eye, literally from his sand jutsu, whatever. And he's able to monitor the people who are killing each other, who are trying to find food, or just trying to survive these heaven and earth scrolls that they have to obtain to get to this tower to achieve the Chunin exams to become Chunin, or Chunin basically. But in this moment, in this instance right here, we understand too that higher orders, higher controls are able to govern us, because if you're not able to awaken your higher mindset, you're going to get controlled by entities or high minds that are able to awaken themselves before you were able to awaken yourself. By that happening, they are able to pull the strings. So it doesn't matter if it's in the entertainment industry, fitness industry, doesn't matter if it's the movies, like any industry that you go into, they are controlled by a controller. Not only that, though, the controller is controlled by that controller. Not only that, all these deities that are controlled are literally just programmed by archons. And the thing is, too, the archons are controlled by Lucifer, or Satan, if you want to call it that. But then, too, Lucifer is controlled by Almighty God. So literally everything comes from Almighty God's observation. So basically Almighty God is observing everything. Meaning Almighty God, or the observer, if it wants to spiritually, it can maneuver what it wants, if it's good or bad. So if you are chosen, if you are called to be chosen, you are protected through duality. Now, of course, you will get tempted, you will get knocked down, you will make mistakes, you will mess up, you will fail. But the thing is that when you fail, your failure will lead you to success 10 times faster than somebody who is the average person who fails and they don't know how to succeed through their failure. Because of course they're so used to failing that they're going to just accept the failure, and they don't want to succeed through that failure because it's just too hard to succeed as they keep on failing, because that's all they know is failure, because they are born in a failure mindset. But it's not their fault, because once again, if we go back, people who believe that they're actually failing exist in the mental plane right here. So basically, when you get traumatized, when you get assaulted, when you go through these different programs or these practices, you're stuck in this plane right here. On top of that, when your emotions are practically at a lower vibration, it's hard for you to get your thoughts to a higher vibration, because you're not thinking logically, you're thinking on an irrational perspective. Once you do that, you are willing to stay sad or mad or depressed or anxious or suicidal. Once you do that, your actions will be to either kill yourself, to cut yourself, to cry for help, whatever the case may be, to go see a therapist. So you're basically putting all these lower frequencies into manifestation to keep you stuck at a level that you are comfortable living at. But it's not comfortable to live in a lower frequency anyways, which is exactly why these programmers want you to always stay on your phone. They want you to always watch the TV. They want you to always play the game. They want you to always masturbate, because they don't want you to get to your higher self or your Christ consciousness. Because when you're at a complete consciousness for next year, you won't be distracted by lower temptations, because you can't be tempted by Satan no more through your own satanic ego. All right, cosmic shifts and climate change. Natural events like planetary alignments and celestial bodies appearing, auroras and energetic shifts, projection of light frequencies as well, but reflect changes in the spiritual realm before they hit the physical. The second moon, or mood/moon, will signal another beginning for a new age, and this is where humanity's relationship with the Asa say Yah, aka Mother Earth, and its resources will either get eliminated or elevate into a better environment. Look up African spirituality for that name of God as well, for our mother God as well. Also, the cosmos itself will be replenished through our divinity. Jupiter retrograde, October 9th and ending February 4, 2025. Jupiter will have its own retrograde. This is a time to reflect and listen to your inner thoughts, rather than needing or desiring to explore for ignorance and ask questions that you already know. So the thing is, too, when this hurricane does hit, understand, too, it's all part of a climate change or cosmic shift, because they're shifting our mindset through our cosmic consciousness that we can't comprehend. So once you think beyond the 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 90, because people always talk about the 5D and 3D, it's like, my nigga, once you're so awakened, once you transcend the fifth dimension, there's no levels of numbers that you can put on dimension no more. So people limit themselves at 5D. Not me, my nigga. I think beyond the ninth dimension. That's why I don't like talking so much, because my mind exists in the ether, so actually in a Sirius star system. Because of that, I'm able to see what's really going on, so I can articulate it in English. And it is kind of hard, it's challenging, because I see it to perceive it, to speak it, so that you can feel the frequency of what I actually seen in the ether or the astral through my lucid dreaming experience, because I'm doing it right now. Like, this whole video is a manifestation that I dreamed about last night, and it's manifested in the physical form today, or at 2:16 in the a.m. I should be asleep right now, but guess what? What is sleep for the wicked? Come on now. Mercury Kazemi and Libra solar eclipse. The weekend of September 30th, 2024 was a major cosmic turning point. That week included the sun meeting with Mercury in a Libra solar eclipse. And as you can see here, floods. We got people who still don't have power, food, toilet paper. Like, the poor strikers went on strike, but of course they got their money back. So they were getting paid like $39, but now they're getting paid like $63 an hour. But the thing is too, though, this whole eclipse was exposing what's really going on in those containers, because of course they were trafficking kids to those containers as well. And the Sound of Freedom talked about that also, but of course they won't tell you that because they were just focused on making their money. So it's just like they're going to keep on moving kids because of course they got bills to pay. They don't give a fuck, obviously, because they're not awakened. But a true awakened being will understand, you know what? And that's the thing too. This eclipse as well, and this second, or this asteroid, is revealing through duality that people are afraid to lose their jobs. So if you see a bunch of kids in a container being trafficked, you're not going to want to expose the truth of what's really going on, because of course you're afraid of losing your job. And the thing is too, everybody understands that, but the thing is too, though, you're fucked up for that. You will get your karma, because it's like, imagine you're working at a port and you see, like, you open up a container, right? So you don't even open up the container. You hear the container, you hear kids banging on the door, let me out. They're crying or screaming, but you just got, you actually take out your headphones, you hear it, you're like, damn. Like, you try. That's basically in your mindset when you're at these ports. And then too, when you put the crane on the cart or the container and then you put it on the ship, it's like you just forget all about what just happened, because of course you have no effect of it. Because if you tell somebody or you expose it, you may either get killed, assassinated, your family may get assassinated, or you may lose your job. And then that means you can't pay your bills, your taxes, so you may become homeless. Nobody wants to become homeless. So that's why they keep on doing it. And it actually worked too, though. A bunch of port strikers got their money's worth, but yet we can't stand up together and knock down the police force, or knock down our system, or knock down politics, or knock down the school system, or knock down these entertainment industries, but yet we're okay with going to school, we're okay with paying bills, we're okay with suffering. We talk about sadness, and we talk about how sad we are as a society, we talk about how messed up our society is, but we choose to live in it because it's comfortable. But then when you try to get somebody to change, they don't want to change for the better, because what's better for them is still worse to them. Venus and Mars and water signs. These planets symbolize emotional flow, whether it's in a good or bad mental state, and they are in a deep feeling of water signs. This helps us tap into our soul side, literally. So by Venus and Mars going into their emotional state of flow, many people are feeling our mother sympathizing for us, because of course we understand too, if we exist in our mother's perception or our mother's nature, in our firmament, in our dome, we are protected in her belly. So the thing is too, I don't believe in a solar system, where it's a soul system meant to keep you enclosed in a system that they have imprisoned your consciousness in, meaning that all celestial bodies, so Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Pluto's the top of the head, or the lower perspective of our celestial mother and father, meaning that our mother and father is feeling us in a third frequency, or planet Earth, or mother Kai or Gaia, whatever you want to call it. But in this dome, our firmament, they are trying to knock down our mother in a lower frequency to sort of fall of Babylon, literally the fall of our woman. By them doing that, the woman had been tainted with as a mother figure, because of course, if you can attack the woman, you can attack the man, because of course the man is weak at birth, since birth, and even after he dies, when he gives birth to himself again. When you get the woman to understand that, the woman will use the man through fornication or lust or lack of discipline. So if you cannot discipline yourself, you're not going to be able to flow in your dualistic perspective by being soft and masculine inside of yourself, because you're too fixated on being hard or trying to be hard body. Not understanding that too, when a woman comes into your perspective, she can manipulate your mind just by the act of witchcraft or sorcery. Shit crazy, bro. Jupiter, oh yeah, and on top of that too, with the deep feeling of water signs, you gotta understand as well, zodiac signs are just a constellation of signs that you came from, because of course we all live in that ring of Leviathan. So because of that, all zodiac signs, they have their own constellation that they came from, and they sign themselves up to come from. So if you are a Pisces just like me, or an Aquarius, whatever the case may be, you are accustomed to drinking water or being around water. You love being around water because you're able to flow by being soft inside of your masculinity or femininity, whatever the case may be. But once you have a balance of both of those things, you're able to flow in whatever realm of life that you want to, because that's how tapped in you are with the higher orders of what water or the elements can be. Jupiter squares Saturn. This cosmic shift will have different impacts on different zodiac signs. Scorpios could face power struggles with their partner, while Sagittarians may have a need to balance their personal life and work. Many other zodiac signs will know what they do when a situation presents itself. Okay, Earth will temporarily gain a second moon projection. Second moon is a spiritual sign, and that's the website right there if you want to go ahead and scan that. I'm not going to read that because you can do it on your own accord, because we already just covered it for like, what, 36 minutes? So mini moon is journeying into our atmosphere to knock us down or pick us up. All right, let me slow down too. Just as this mini moon or this mini projection makes a short orbit around Earth, its cycles of cosmic energy around us will influence our spiritual journey. We too are pulled in many directions, sometimes toward a higher and uncomfortable spiritual enlightenment, other times back to material concerns that some people aren't concerned with. This moon's return to orbiting the sun is a mirror for a spiritual cycle for beings to be returning to the authentic source energy after temporary detours and lower frequencies of material existence. Don't be distracted by the material plane, transcend the ego. Literally. Awakening, wisdom, transformation. Oh yeah, I was about to put a note there. We're going to delete that soon, because I don't have the list for that. Alright, cool. Now, absolute dimension entities involved. Okay, so yeah, once you go beyond the cosmic consciousness, absolute dimension means like everything above the obsolete absolute. Introspection within yourself, it transcends just God, basically. Like, it's just that simple. It transcends God. Like, that's the highest, like, that's beyond the highest level of a cosmic order. So there's many levels or realms of dimensions in your mind, but the absolute dimension, these are deities that if you see them, Elohim, Seraphim, Anunnaki, fallen angels. So they're basically all fallen angels or Anunnaki. Fallen angels of our mother Kai. The Elohim, divine creators, which are you and I, and Seraphim, fiery angels, are aligning energies that guide this new era of enlightenment. And many occurrences we see today are seen as a completion of knowledge. So, of course, that equals 9. And a lot of information will be hidden by the Anunnaki, fallen angels who brought and manifested spiritual degradation. The Luciferian role for the second moon is going to have subconscious minds battle between keeping humanity in ignorance, and the ones that are in their awakening journey will keep guiding others into higher realms of consciousness that the ignorant won't relate to, and this will keep a divide and conquer experiment to keep being implemented. Literally. So once you understand that, hold on, let me go and reread that. Excuse me. Okay. Meaning that every day from September 30th to the end of this year, you're going to be at a constant warfare spiritually, because we're all at spiritual warfare. That's exactly why I have Hurricane Milton right here with Gematria. I know some of y'all love the Gematria teachings, but once you understand, so I meant to put the video, dang, I did forget that. It's all good though. But there was a hurricane video to where, and I screen recorded it too, I just forgot to put it in my notes, but in this video, they're showing you that the hurricane was formed by the Gulf of Mexico near Florida, and it was showing you that they're able to put this alignment and the journey that the hurricane follows, and then it's basically like watching somebody, like a higher observer, use a pen. So it's like somebody using this in the ether or the astral, and they're looking down our simulation, and they're forming a tornado. So it's like playing in water, basically. So they're playing in water, spinning it around and around, literally, like it's what we're looking at right now. They're forming it. As they form it, they're moving it to where they have to go with the script. So it's like you can't go off course. If you're going to form a hurricane through using these HARP devices, or if you're these fallen angels, these principalities, if you're that enlightened, you're not going to move this hurricane off course, because for one, if they wanted to, they could make a bigger hurricane and they can move that hurricane all across USA if they wanted to. But in numerology, that goes against the script, and then people will really become suspicious of how a hurricane is able to hit all 50 states, including Hawaii as well. But once you understand that, they're moving, because the thing is too, the hurricane has to align with time, the hour, the second, the day, and the year, and the dates of the year. By them doing that, they are awakening the minds of people who aren't awakened to their higher mind. Because of that, they're going to align themselves with this hurricane. Boom. Then you got Florida over here. So once you move to Florida, now they hit certain key points and they start sacrificing people. Because of course they're sacrificing you to the beast. So Hurricane Milton to hit Florida on Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. Days left in the year, October 9th, 83. Milton, 83. You can't make this stuff up. I don't gotta go any further with that. So now let's get into Gematria teachings too, because we got a lot. All right, we're gonna get there. We get you out the way. I know you're like right here. Nope. Actually, no. Come back. All right, I got a lot of tabs open. My fault. There we go. Okay. So, with what we just seen too. So if you just seen this past weekend, Elon Musk, because I didn't watch it, but I just seen the stuff or whatever, you know, scrolling on Twitter and all that just to get more information. But make America great again. Now, I gotta understand too, with symbolism and fraternities, sororities, and just enlightenment. Registered member, no degree. Active member, Satanist, witch, warlock, second degree. A lot of celebrities are at this level right here, and this level, and this level right here. But anyways, and see the people who support Trump. Anyways, witch, warlock, priest, priestess, magister, and magus, fifth degree, the highest order of Satanists. On top of that, make America great again, literally telling you, make America Satan again, or satanic again. So by this happening, 333 days, and then by this happening, Friday, April 11th, 1930 to Saturday, October 5th, 2024, 1,133 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 333. Okay, so I got the information too, because I had to make sure I get that in there. So Dark Maga, Elon makes an appearance 1,133 months, 3 weeks, 3 days after the birth of Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan. Maga is the highest degree in the Church of Satan. Elon's birthday is 333 days after Carla LaVey's birthday, Anton's daughter who founded the first satanic church. All part of the script, man. Okay, so, oops, my bad. All right, let's get that out the way. No. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my French, by the way. Okay, I gotta keep on going through these. All right. There's a lot of tabs. Okay, boom. Get you out of here. Get you out of here. Get you out of here. Don't look at these teachings just yet. Hold on, y'all. I know somebody's like, whoa, what is going on? Yeah, hold on. Okay, let me get you. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, finally found you. You were hiding from me, baby. All right, California reports human case of H5N1 bird flu at dairy facility. The individual is a worker at Central Valley Dairy Facility experiencing an outbreak of bird flu among dairy cattle. The individual experienced mild symptoms, reporting only conjunctivitis, eye redness. Once the local health department was notified, their public health laboratory tested the individual for H5N1 and CDPH, was notified of a presumptive positive result. Specimens have been forwarded to the CDC for confirmatory testing in accordance with CDC guidance. The individual is being treated with antiviral medication, and staying home. To protect patient privacy, additional details will not be provided. All right. Okay, let's get out that. Let's go back to the notes. All right. Now, gotta understand too. With this is going. So this is Tedros Adhanom, whatever, and this fallen angel juice right here. They add up together. So March 3rd, 2024, Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. Reporting human case of H5N1 bird flu in California 214 days after his birthday. After his birthday, they reported this. Also, 214 equals the Church of Satan. I don't even have to go any further into that, but just understand, it's on the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Even though we live in a world full of lies, numbers can't lie to themselves. That's how valuable they are. That's why numbers don't talk. That's how enlightened they are. So if you want to talk to somebody, use numbers. They'll never believe it. All right. Actually, I want to put that on the screen too, because, boy, hold on. Because even with this bird flu, we got this movie, The Birds, and then got this right here. Boy, I love this information, boy. All right. Now, when this movie came out, March 28, 1963, through October 3rd, 2024, 61 years, 6 months, 6 days. Minotaur, reptilian, 666. Now, if you understand that symbolism, eternity in hell equals satanic gematria, Satan the devil. Meaning that if you got the reptilian juice and you're unconscious about it, you don't know how to purge it out, you are going to be living in damnation for the rest of your unconscious life. It's just that simple. Not to put fear-mongering into anybody, not to scare nobody, but if you don't know how to purge this thing out, if you are not awake to your unconsciousness, you are literally going to get your consciousness wiped out by a hurricane, an earthquake, just whatever, just any disaster or just disaster of just your reality. If you are not awakened to what you are putting into your body and you keep on going back to getting into your arm or whatever the case may be, you are literally putting your subconscious mind through an eternity in this hell mindset, because hell is a mindset, not a place. On top of that, Satan is not the devil, but your ego. Let's keep on going. All right. So California decides to report the first human case of bird flu in the span of 61 years, 6 months, and 6 days after the release of Alfred Hitchcock's film, The Birds. Meaning that when they did that, they're releasing this bird flu after this movie came out, because they had to go with the script that they were given. My fault. Let's keep on going. Now this toilet paper. Yeah, we can see that. Can we? Let me see. Do I have the picture of that? Hopefully I do. Let's see here. No, I probably don't. So you know what I'm gonna do? Because I really just don't. I don't got time to even try to look through that. All right, let's get through this. Boom. I could have did that during the teaching. I did that before the teaching, but it's just so much scrambling. I just don't have time to look for it. So back to hoarding toilet paper. Amid poor strikes, some consumers are panic buying goods. Published October 2nd. It's only October 8th, by the way, so this is literally recent information. But toilet paper, mind control. Do you need more proof or something? Like, it's literally right in front of your face. If you are literally stacking on toilet paper, if you're stacking on anything, especially water, you're under mind control. Literally, your mind is programmed to be controlled to want to get these consumptions to keep you and your family safe. You're hoarding. Not understanding that you're actually just hoarding unconsciousness. You're controlled by it because you live in fear. Like, what are you fearing besides your lower self? All right, now it's some more Gematria codes as well. Understand too, these can be reverse and irreversible, if you want to call it that. So Hurricane Elaine, the man-made disaster, 146. And the thing is too, somebody's saying, what am I looking at? The thing is, if these all add up, that means that whatever this word or these words are correlating to shows you how these numerology or numerologists are able to speak in their higher frequencies and a lower perspective. So Hurricane Elaine, man-made disaster, 146. So basically telling you this hurricane, even the Milton one, is a man-made disaster. You can't make this stuff up. Extinction level event, literally, so you got 255, 983, 285, 105. Extreme weather events, 255, 993, 285, 105. Boom, only thing left to do. What can you do besides hoard your consumptions or stocks or goods going to the store or whatever? Boom, all adding up. Haul out the guillotine, kill the people, literally cut their heads off, because without their heads they'll be running around here like roaches. So while you're doing that, this all adds up together because of the weather. So by them committing this weather crime, they're literally watching you. The only thing you have to do is to get the guillotine and cut their heads off, to watch them be unconscious, even in their higher self. Because they're not used to being in their higher self. So as an enlightened deity, they're basically telling themselves, we need to cut off their heads so that they're not able to awaken into their highest perspective, so that they won't be able to awaken into what we're actually doing to them. Sad, bro. Okay. I do have it in there, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go crazy. All right. So Marxism. I'm tripping. Okay. All right. Because it's so much. So what's crazy, this is my first time even observing this, because I just observed it and then I was looking at it, but I just put it on the screen for the teaching. But I understand as well. If you start, it's as above, so below. So this right here, once you get into this, you're a part of the Illuminating Society. Rosicrucians, Knights Templar, Gnosticism, Catholicism, and ancient mystery religions. So you got Marxism, American and European secret political societies, International Banking Elite, World Council of Churches, Theosophical Society, many cults of the 1800s, New Age movement as well, new spiritual technology, flotation, tanks of hypnosis, tapes, subliminal persuasion, etc., witchcraft, sorcery, divination, spiritism, most occult practices, Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Shintoism, of Babylon, Egypt, India, Persia, Greece, etc., all were forms of pantheism. And the thing is too, all these are going hand in hand, showing you that in the ancient teachings that they were taught, they are showing you their agenda that you are not able to comprehend, because they don't care about you, they don't mess with you. If you're not in a fraternity or a sorority, they will leave you to the wayside and they will kill you slowly but surely. Now, this shit get deeper than that. If you're reading your Bible, you definitely understand what I'm talking about. Genesis 33. On top of that, if you understand fraternities or masonry, the highest degree of a Mason would be a 33rd degree. And the thing is too, when Yeshua or Jesus got crucified, do a fable, what age did Christ or Jesus or Satan get crucified at? 33, the highest consciousness, the third vertebrae, Kundalini energy rising. So once you rise yourself from your lower nature, you become awakened to the Christ consciousness, Jacob's ladder. But the fruit of the tree, and the thing is too, there was no fruit on the tree, because you live in a simulation. How was there a fruit on a simulated tree? So when you awaken through psychedelics, which is in the midst of the garden, God, what God are we talking about? Because God never taught. But if God is talking, that's satanic. God has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Eve, letting you know, you shall not eat it or touch it. But the Almighty told you that through Lucifer's ego to let you know a contradiction. Hey, don't touch that. But as a kid, if you tell a kid don't touch that, the kid gonna say, okay. But the ego gonna say, I bet you won't touch it. I bet you won't touch it. My mommy said, I bet you won't touch it. Literally. Eve 137, 33rd prime 137, Genesis 3:4, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. Meaning that her subconscious mind, her ego told her, you will not die, because for one, you are literally made in the image of Almighty God. So Almighty God was talking to itself through her, letting you know in an enlightenment through ignorance, you can't die, because for one, you're literally made in the image of myself as well, and you are immortal. By you being immortal, you are consciousness, so consciousness can't die. But the thing is, though, you will have an ego death, meaning that your ego will die if you eat this, because you become awake into what you thought you were. Because they didn't even know that they were actually naked till they ate the psychedelics and they woke up and were like, oh, you're naked. That means you were asleep the whole entire time? Crazy. So yeah, the snake is representation of your lower self. When you're at the lower nature and you become your higher nature, you're able to be awakened into your higher self. A perfect woman, Satan the devil, 595, 595, 666, 666. A perfect woman is Satan. That's why Lucifer is Satan. God is Satan, literally. So Lucifer the Father, Satan the Mother, Jesus the Holy Trinity, the Antichrist frequency. The Holy Trinity can be anything you want. God the Father, God the Mother, God the Holy Spirit. It doesn't matter. Genesis 3:6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Once they ate, they became awakened to the simulation, meaning that they had like a time limit on their consciousness. When they were awakened, they were so high out of their mind that they were able to see the simulation in our time period, and they're living in it right now. Adam and Eve are fables. They're fallacies of your consciousness that you're existing right now. Genesis 3:20. 20, and Adam called the name of his wife Eve. On top of that too, Adam is your atoms evolving to evolution. So you're forever evolving through your atoms or your cells, because she was the mother of all living. Meaning that the masculine version of his feminine side called her by her name, but what is your feminine side's name? She has no name. So you just said evolution, because she was the mother of all living, meaning that evolution is the mother of all living things. On top of that, perfect woman, Kim Kardashian, Eve, the mother of all living things. Letting you know that if you look up to Kim Kardashian, she would be the mother, she would be birthing all these clones that look just like her, literally and figuratively. So cosmetic surgery, gluteal implants, Kim Kardashian, Brazilian butt lift. And you got A8. And what's crazy, you got the infinite as well, so infinity. So the snake eating its tail, Leviathan, circle of life, letting you know you are infinity. So she'll forever be a witch. She'll always be reincarnated, because look at how many people look up to her and adore her. Meaning that, for one, there are a bunch of witches evolving and living as the mother of Eve, because her evolution, so they can do what they want. How you gonna stop God or Satan? Sick. And people idolize these people. Makes me sick, bro. All right. So we got Donald Trump storm. So here we go. We got these ciphers right here. The Hunger Games. Hurricane Milton, Tampa. Letting you know, like, and the thing is, every time you see him, beware of a storm to come. That's the Hunger Games. We literally, if you go watch all the Hunger Games again, and then look at this nigga Trump, and then be ready for this storm that's happening. All this stuff happens during the election year every single time. And who's the cause of it? That you're voting for, by the way. The person that you're voting for is killing your people, including yourself. But you want to vote for them because we need somebody to vote for. Sheep. All right. So if you watched this recently, this past weekend, dang, I can't read that. It's all good though. Moloch or whatever. So he's having a symbolism right here, and people say you're reaching. You can't reach for the truth when it's right in front of your face, idiot. On top of that, you're sacrificing your children or your babies to these people that you idolize. And then we got Project Mars right here. So Werner von Braun said Mars colony will be led by someone given the title Elon, made by Elon in 2019. Crazy. So 1952, Werner von Braun wrote a book called The Mars Project, which imagined that human colonists on Mars would be led by a person named Elon. Now the name Elon Musk is famous for being a titles investor, founder, CEO, CTO, chairman, co-founder, etc. of some world's top modern project high-tech companies such as SpaceX, Tesla Incorporated, Neuralink, Solar City, etc. And one of his next goals is for making life multi-planetary by establishing a human colony on Mars. If he does that, the human colony on Mars will be calling this nigga, they'll be calling him God. And then on top of that, when you understand that, if these people on Mars don't understand who or what their God looks like, and they give their babies up to this nigga, depending on what he says or his laws or his curriculum on that, or commandments on that simulation called Mars per se, they're literally, it's the same exact, oh my God. It's the same exact law that our almighty creator told us not to do. He's playing God in front of our face, and yet people are cheering for this nigga, unconsciously. What's wrong with our people, dog? It's amazing. So Moloch was an ancient Egyptian deity that was worshipped through an idol. Biblical scholars generally agree that Remphan is the same as the Hebrew Kion or Chion, which is mentioned in Amos 5:26. Both Remphan and Chion are Hapex Legomenon, meaning that there is a debate about whether they are proper or common nouns. However, most Bible scholars agree that both Remphan and Chion refer to the planet Saturn. And Saturn's cube, if you put that together, they're forming your consciousness through a black cube that you are not able to unfold because, of course, you were crucified on the cross, so you wouldn't be able to become awakened to how deep the black cube of Saturn actually gets. Occupied to seize and royally, fuck. So Elon, you like to occupy Mars. What does occupy even mean? So with occupy, to have sexual intercourse with, he's like a pilgrim. He's like a pilgrim, basically. So by him doing that, he's a colonizer as well. By him doing that, he's like Christopher Columbus. He's going to, no matter what, when he occupies this land of Mars, he's going to assault the minds of the humans on that colony so that he can be their god, or Lucifer. So Elon, or Elion, you like to seize and royally F Mars, the Roman god of war. Interesting, Moloch was the Egyptian god of war, disease, and pestilence. And I just said that too. He's going to literally assault the mindsets of these beings that are going to be on Mars. And people are voting for this nigga too. And people follow him too, which is amazing to me. But anyways, Hurricane Milton, Norfolk, Virginia, Blackout Tuesday. All add up in these Gematria ciphers. And then Katy Perry had a concert at a baseball game, I want to say this is. I could be wrong. I don't really care, honestly. But here we go. So she's basically in symbolism telling you that the hurricane that she already knew was going to come, she had to make the symbolism. And people, the thing is too, people are so programmed to idol worship. They were probably cheering for her like, I love you, Katy. Oh my God, look at that. Is that like a, what is that? I can't tell what that is. It's a hurricane. This guy thinks it's a hurricane. Fake conspiracy theorist. Whole entire time. It's right in front of your face. Can't make this stuff up, man. All right, Donald John Trump, Operation Warp Speed, telling you that this operation is literally speeding your consciousness up through CERN, and then the reptilian pandemic. So understand that. So his birthday, June 14th, through the inauguration, I want to say, January 20th, 2025. And then Wednesday, November 6th, which is the election, I want to say, through June 14th, through his birthday, 220 days. So before we get into that, understand Hurricane Helene is 146 in Gematria. So if you understand that his birthday is June 6th. No, it's June 14th, my fault. I was like, what? It's June, so June is 6th, but it's the 14th. Now, over 2020 dead. So Donald John Trump equals 2020. Fallen Angel Liquid Pandemic 2020. Winds of 2020 kilometers an hour for the hurricane 220. And then 2, the 24th chromosome was injected to some of the flock of people that were procreating during this time. And we got fertility and chromosome. They all add up. So add up. These are different. But either way it goes, these two are important. Meaning that, for one, they need to make you submit in a lower frequency. They want to keep you submissive or, you know what I'm saying, homosexual, so that you can become fertile, so that they can inject a third programming to these chromosomes that you're going to give birth to, which is why many people are becoming transformers. Excuse my French, by the way. All right. Now, if y'all remember the Hawaii fire, 8/8/23 to Hurricane Helene landfall. So when this happened on August 8th through September 26th, 416 days. Now, let's go back. Oh yeah, so let's go to that too now. Okay, so we got this. More ciphers. So David Goldberg's final words. Classified documents and White House memos reveal extermination plans for millions of Americans through Project Pogo and Project Zephyr. 146, so it's just Zephyr, Pogo 164, either way it goes. You can still reverse these either way it goes, and it's still the same exact number. Crisis 146, Fibonacci, Genocide 164, Harp 146, Satanic 461, which is still 164 backwards. Ordinal, Pogo, Zephyr 146. Okay, what we have next? Boom. Thank you. All right, shout out to Truth Mafia, by the way. Okay, Hurricane Kirk 146, Harp 146. Hurricane Kirk equals 146 in English ordinal, which is based on the English alphabet where A equals 1. Oh yeah, okay. So now Hurricane Kirk strengthens into a Category 4 storm and could bring dangerous surf conditions, forecasters say. Stop lying, Joe. So President Joe announced on Wednesday that he's deploying 1,000 active duty troops in North Carolina. Literally telling you in plain sight that they're controlling this through the numbers. And if you are not awakened to the numbers, they don't care, because of course they already know that half the population can't even comprehend Gematria, because of course they can't even do math in school anyways. On top of it, let's keep on going. Let's keep. Is this the same thing? Oh yeah, yes sir. 146. Now remember all the Zephyr, Harp, all of that. Boom, power outage, crypto crash, behold a pale horse. And we mentioned Jesus and the pale horse too. 93rd, nuclear warfare, the apocalypse. 146. It all adds up to itself. I'm gonna have to keep on going, because if you're taking notes, you can already see that the numbers do not lie. They can't lie to you, even if they tried. All right, so we basically covered this too. Understand his symbolism right here. So he's following 777. Christ consciousness, do a Luciferian perspective. Now I have 77 in my name as well, but you can tell though I'm working for the opposite side of the dark spectrum. I'm exposing it, but he's not exposing it. He's literally telling you that he wants you to idolize his agenda that he's going to implement with his handler, Trump. Dark maga equals black magic. So of course we talked about that. 5th degree. Membership in the priesthood is by invitation only. The old truism, if you had to ask, you can't afford it, is certainly highly pertinent to our priesthood. Words to the wise, do not ask how to become a priest. Literally, you don't choose them, they choose you. So highest degree in the Church of Satan. So that's MAGA. Make America Great Again, by the way. Now hierarchy in the Church of Satan. So there you go right there. And then MAGA means witch in Latin, sorceress in Italian, magician in Spanish, lies in Zulu, evil, wicked, calamity, disaster in Japanese, easily fooled, idiot in Nigerian slang. MAGA is the root word for witch, wizard, and witchcraft in Greek. Not only that, think about all the celebrities who were standing next to Trump or who were wearing this hat. Think about all the people who were wearing this MAGA hat. Think about all the people who support Trump. Idiots. And Trump knows you're an idiot too. That's why he smiles and laughs at you, because you can't see right through his deception. How can you when you're born blind? All right, more Gematria. Dark MAGA equals 5629. 3 equals 5629. Freemason equals 56. Tesla equals 33. Masonry equals 33. 56 Luciferians signed the Declaration of Independence and formed the 3 branches of government, 137, 33rd prime, meaning that they were at the highest frequency at this time. They are alchemical duality sorcerers. Dark Witch equals 56. More Gematria. All right, okay. Catastrophic flooding. We got this right here. Military 107. Hurricane Helene 146, 83, 259, 79. Devil 52. Milton 83. So we got right here, same exact thing. So Milton and Devil add up together. And then Hurricane Helene, where was it at? So yeah, you got Hurricane Helene, all these different things right here. They're telling you that this right here can be a symbolism for why this catastrophic flooding is happening through this, because of this enlightenment right here, because that's who they bow down to. So if you go into any of these fraternities right here, you want to become a military or militarized consciousness, you're going to literally work for the devil. Because under the devil will become Lucifer, whatever the case may be. And this storm will hit on 10/9, the day leaving 83 days in the year. 109 is the 29th prime. Okay, now we got gender, Gulf of Mexico, the androgen, the beast, and Baphomet. And of course, Baphomet, 35, 35. Gender, 53, 35. And Gulf of Mexico is 53. And the androgen equals 53. Gulf of Mexico, 64, the androgen 64, the beast 46. The people who are getting sacrificed, like I said earlier, they're going to the beast. These people who are getting their consciousness switched over at birth, you're getting sacrificed to Lucifer. It's all a dream though, right? Another storm was planted from the Gulf of Mexico. These storms are breeding rituals for the new breed, third gender. I can't talk at night. It's crazy. I'm glitching right now. Third gender, hermaphrodite. They have spliced into the population. Most parents are going to do it for the sake of money and part of their unconscious programming. This storm will hit 184, 185 days past the 480 eclipse, including end date. Third gender equals 185. Mercury, Venus equals 184. And then once you understand that, because I made a video on April 8th too. I remember this like it was yesterday. But when this happened, that was literally the shift of our whole. Actually, no. When January came into the system, that was the whole shift into our awakening. Because the year started when people were talking about Cat Williams when he exposed something. Cat Williams exposed himself by exposing everybody else. But when this happened, all the planets, so solar eclipse, planetary alignment, new moon, comet, 12 p.m., Pons, Brooks, all of that. But Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, celestial bodies. So once the sun, once the mood or the lunatic blocked off Lucifer's enlightenment and opened up a portal, opened up a gateway to transfer consciousness and sacrifice it to the beast or the almighty creator. But it all depends on your duality. On top of that too, we live in a solar imprisoned system. So the solar system is nothing but solar energy being enclosed in a system that we call the solar system. Systems of consciousness being trafficked day in and day out. All right, Antichrist and Butler. So this is going to just make it bigger too, just for y'all, because I know y'all got some small eyes and stuff like that. All right, so this was happening in Butler, PA. Antichrist. Do I even like Antichrist? 121:49. Butler, PA. 121:49. And look at all these people right here. They have no idea that the Antichrist is right in front of them talking. For who? Despicable. If I didn't open up your mind this teaching, I literally failed you. And I do apologize, but I know I ain't failed. Because I'm just teaching myself through you anyways. Let's keep on going. The rally currently scheduled for October 5th will take place at the Butler Farm Show Fairgrounds, where gunman Thomas Crook shot at him and grazed his ear on July 13th. The setup for the upcoming event is likely to be similar to the July rally, from Saturday, July 13th, 2024 to Saturday, October 5th, 2024. After assassination attempt, 2 months, 22 days. Word or phrase, Trump, 2022, or 22, or 222. God damn, nigga, talk. 222. Donald John Trump Sr., 222. 7 King Trump, 222. Trump Organization, 222. Order to Chaos, 222. Gotta love him. Gotta love him, bro. All right, what is this right here? Skull and Bone Society. So, and then think about it. Trump, not Trump, but Butler, PA. Antichrist and Butler, PA add up together. So, Trump to rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on October 5th, returning to the site of assassination attempt. Donald John Trump, June 14th, is an American politician, media personality, and businessman who serves the 45th president of the United States. And then from Friday, June 14th, his birthday, to October 5th, when he came back, 3 months, 22 days. Telling you that he's a part of Skull and Bone Society. If you know who that is, look, do your own research. I'm giving you gems. I'm giving you nuggets. It's your time to either eat that guidance or just throw it away. I don't care either way it goes. All right. We don't gotta even. So the rally currently scheduled for October 5th will take place at the Butler Farm Show Fairgrounds, where gunmen, we read that, shot at him and grazed him on his ear July 13th. The setup for the upcoming event is likely to be similar to the July rally. And then, so when he got grazed July 13th, from recently October 5th, that was 84 days. Understand too, Butler and Masonry is 84 in reverse ordinal in Gematria. So Trump went to Butler on October 5th, 2024, 2 months, 22 days after the ear event, which he got shot at allegedly. Trump equals 222. Then 84 days later, Butler's 84, which is exactly 84 months after the calm before the storm statement made by Trump on October 5th. And then it'll be 3 months, 22 days after his birthday, 322, Skull and Bone Society. You can't make this stuff up, bro. All right, now let's get into Kobe and Mutombo. Rest in peace to both of these characters, but they're not dead, they're still alive, but the characters had to be killed because they were sacrificed by the NBA. The NBA had to sacrifice them because they had to keep the script going so that they can get more energy for the upcoming seasons that are becoming seasonal within the same exact consciousness that you have been watching before you were even born. All right, so Mutombo 148, Kobe Bryant equals 113, 157. Human sacrifice equals 130. So we can understand too. Mutombo 113, human sacrifice 113, Kobe 113. But I'm going way too fast too, so let's just keep on going. Excuse me. All right, now Dikembe passed away 97 days after his last birthday, and death is 97 backwards. So understand, his birthday June 25th, right? And then September 30th was when his character passed away because he's still alive. But of course, the thing is too, when it comes to fame or celebrity status, many of these people, they only want to play basketball. But of course, going into the NBA, you had to do way more shit than the average person, which is exactly why you don't recruit them, they recruit you. On top of that, 97 days. Death equals 97, meaning that he already knew that he was going to get sacrificed, so he couldn't be sad for it. Not only that, Dikembe equals 58, and he also died at 58 by having cancer, whatever the case may be. So they're telling you through 58 that he sacrificed himself by a numerical system that he was selling himself into. Also, death equals 38, and then he passed away 38 weeks before his next birthday, and death also equals 38. So understand, so his next birthday, so September 30th when he recently passed, and then June 25th, 38 weeks, death equals 38. Letting you know that his death was scripted, it was all part of the plan. You can't be sad about it. No. Okay, so yep, we got information right there. Cool. So that was when, who is this? This is that's Kobe right there for sure. And then this next one is Mutombo. Yep. Okay. Kobe died at 41. Don't forget to mention his cipher in Gematria. Yep, made that note to myself, so that's why I read that out loud. All right. Monday, September 30th, 2024 to Sunday, January 26th, 2025 equals 118. And then that's why we got death too. So make this bigger. Okay, yeah, we got death at 118 right here. So we got 38, 20, 97, 25, 118. Now, when we're saying that, so from when he passed away from his next birthday, 118. Also, if we open this up too, let me get off the screen. Now this is when Kobe was born right here. So from Kobe's August 23rd, 2024 to Mutombo, that's 38 days. To let you know still that Kobe also, him dying was also symbolism for 38, letting you know that when Kobe Bean Bryant was born this day, he was chosen to die the moment Mutombo, actually no, Kobe would be dead when Mutombo was going to be dead as well, 38 days correlating together, all scripted. They might as well have been brothers, literally, in the same exact fraternity. Dikembe passes away 38 days after Kobe at his birthday, and death equals 38. Human sacrifice, I mentioned that earlier too. So January 26, 2024, Kobe death anniversary to September 30th, 2024 is 248 days. And the thing is too, human sacrifice also equals that same thing. So 130 human sacrifice with 248 days. So don't forget. So when Kobe had his death anniversary to September 20, so yeah, with January 26th, that was Kobe's anniversary, to September 30th, 2024. That's 248 days, letting you know that they both were human sacrifices for the NBA. And guess what? You still watch that shit, and you give them their money, and you give them your money. All right, human sacrifice 130. We already covered that. 113. Mutombo 113. Oh yeah. Okay. So now the important thing that I covered earlier too. So human sacrifice equals 113. Mutombo 113. The same gematria, the same ordinal right here. Not only that, Kobe 113. 113 equals to both of them being sacrificed for the sport they loved. And then we had this screenshot right here too. Hold on, let me go get off this screen for that. Okay. Actually, let me get you up out of here. Okay, boom. All right. Now, June 26, 1991 to Monday, September 30th, 2024, when he died. 33 years, 3 months. And so his full name equals 3333. Now, his full name, so June 25th, 1966 to September 30th was a Congolese American. The 1991 NBA draft took place on June 26, 1991 in New York City. In New York, Larry Johnson was selected first overall. He won the 1992 NBA. So by this happening, so when he got drafted to the day he died, equals 333. The highest frequency. Literally the highest frequency. of the Christ consciousness. A mockery. All right. Also, 113 is 2. It's a symbol for deception as well. So you have been deceived as well. So you have been idolizing these people. If you have them on your wall, whatever the case may be, you are literally just idolizing a holographic deception. So Kobe Bryant was 113. The LA Lakers 113. King James. 0 holds no value in Gematria, so it's still 113. So LeBron, when LeBron won 2020 NBA champions, 113. The National Basketball Association equals 113. Their basketball equals 113. Don't forget as well, though, when LeBron won that bitch, who did he sacrifice? And Lakers won 10 months, 13 days before Kobe's birthday. Kobe died 11 weeks, 3 days before the end of the season. First round, 13 pick. Kobe Bryant equals 113. 0 holds no value. Los Angeles, California, 113. Staples Center opened when he was 1,103 weeks old and 3 years, 101 days after he became a Laker. 10,113 days old for Gianna's birth and 10,013 days old before his 81-point game. Everything is still going to add up to what? 113. That man got sacrificed for the game he loved. Do not open up my contacts. So yeah, we already covered that. So, exactly. So 58 died of cancer, brain cancer, by the way. So the thing is too, if you understand that with Gematria, with these higher ups, they're able to script different values or words and systems because the English language is a spell-casting language that people speak every single day. When you understand that, they gave him a programming to where it'll kill the character and you'll feel sad for it. And once you feel sad for a character, you're giving this character more energy when he never died in the first place. He's still alive prior to his living in his fruition, not being worried by unconscious vessels. Kobe, 113. And then we got 113 for Los Angeles as well. He was drafted on November 3rd, first round pick, 13 to the Hornets, and we already covered that too. Also, he passed MJ on the all-time scoring list from August 23rd, 2014 to December 14th, 2014, which equals 113 days. So when he passed MJ, it took him 113 days to do it. And of course, too, the 24 and the 8 as well. We're in the year of the 8. So it's 2024, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 4 equals 8. And the thing is too, Kobe had number 8 and 24. And then lastly, I just wanted to cover too, the people that worship Jesus. You're worshiping Lucifer also because of course in the numerical value, Jesus and Lucifer add up to each other. You can't make this shit up. You can go on the Gematria calendar right now and do this and type it up. It's going to literally equal each other. So if you're saying, I praise you, Jesus, I love you so much, you're literally telling that to Lucifer. That's how enlightened Lucifer is. Lucifer is so enlightened. He made our whole society, our own people, our ancestors believe in him through Jesus' enlightenment. Sad. Dark New World Order, male domination world without light, dark occultists ruling an ignorant enslaved population with an iron fist, the world in transition, which new world will be created? So this light New World Order, universal enlightenment through wisdom and personal responsibility, truth, love, and freedom prevail. Feminine right brain, masculine right brain, then the Kundalini energy, so your lower self, your dick, your balls, vagina, rise up, spine, all of that to your brain. Once you leave your lower nature, your survival instincts, your cannibalistic reptilian brain, you end up going to the Christ frequency. 666, so turn that to a 9 ether beings, 6 ether beings, either way it goes. You are the mark of the beast. You have been marked by a beast because the beasts that were marked by a beast are literally programmed to let you know that physically you are marked by a beast, but spiritually they can't mark a beast because you're not a beast spiritually. You're an angel. You're a divine being. Remember the Kabbalah's Antichrist, 2 Egyptian pyramids when it's upside down. So pyramid 1, understand the masculine. So when they get the masculine and feminine to come together, they open up a gateway into sacrificing kids. So it's all of them, meaning that they need your children to be sacrificed to sustain their enlightenment or their fraternity or their sorority or their society to uplift their pyramid scheme that you worship through music, through games, through food, through celebrities, through social media, through YouTube, through TikTok, Instagram, whatever the case may be. They need your mom and dad to give birth to more people so that they can create a third gender. They can make your third gender's creation more feminine, more submissive, to the point to where you can't do shit about it but observe them and let them procreate with another feminine aspect as well, or masculine aspect. And then when they give birth to that same exact sacrifice, all you're going to do is keep on sacrificing people into this gateway of hell. So that's the end of this teaching. I really appreciate y'all for watching, but just understand that this second moon right here was just, or the second mood right here is just helping us understand that everything that's going on is meant to get you in a lower enlightenment of your mood swings, because you're going to go into your lower nature due to fear. If you fear what is going on, you will live in hell forever. But if you transcend what fear is and you stop fearing what you already know, because you can't fear what you know, because what you know is not what you know, because what you don't know is what you actually know. And the thing is too, if you know what you thought you knew, you are obtaining wisdom. Once you obtain wisdom, the past and the future don't even matter currently, because all that matters is the current moment right now. So you were never alive nor dead in the first place. So everything that you are seeing right now is a spell upon your subconscious mind. You never seen it, you never heard it, and you never talked about it. Why? It was all a dream. I used to read up Word Up magazines, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D in the limousine, whatever Biggie said. Lately letting you know this is a dream, bro. So don't take life too seriously. Have fun, stay in light, and meditate. Understand, all this information right here is to help you transcend this satanic frequency that we want to call reality. But what is reality? It's Satan's ego, the Lucifer's enlightenment. While Almighty God is observing all of this happening currently in all different continuums that you want to call time. So how much time do you have in infinite? Yeah, how much time do you have in infinity? While you are living in an infinite reality simultaneously currently. Have a great day, God and Goddess.